in every available space on the arterial route. The situation normally became tough for motorists to ply during the rainy season. While the nightmare lasted, businesses suffered and some closed shops. However, the story has changed, not just because the federal government has finally intervened, but because the usual bituminous template for road rehabilitation has been jettisoned in favor of the use of concrete pavement in reconstructing the Apapa road.
Areas that are waterlogged, it's better we use a concrete pavement and it makes it longer. And in the maintenance aspect of it, it is easier because we have almost all the materials here. We have the rocks here. We manufacture cement here in the country locally.
Most of the pavement, they are going for the concrete pavement, which will afford us because it carries much more load. You know, when you the same load on the concrete pavement and the road pavement, the flexible pavement, it will tend to crack faster on the flexible pavements. The concrete pavement can sustain much more load.
For the distraught residents, motorists and businesses along the Apapa ports, belief has finally come as they now experience a new lease to life through the introduction of concrete pavement by the contractor in the project.
This pattern is one of the best, I should tell you, because if we have to go back when they were using Kolota and the rest of them, with the heavy weight of this Apapa port, it won't last.
Now the traffic is down. They don't go after they don't go to this road. They reduce the traffic. I take to this road. They do it through this concrete.
With the determination of President Buhari's administration to strengthen critical infrastructure across the country, adoption of concrete technology in road rehabilitation will not only reduce the high cost of road construction by government, but will to a large extent offer lasting solutions to perennial road construction. In Lagos, Ruth Ariel Samuel, NTA News.
Heroes and heroines are words and opposite according to English language, but in their essence, they basically mean the same thing. In this report, Amakawo takes a look at how much Nigeria is putting into recognizing her heroines in the light of their contributions to national development.
One of the lines from the national anthem reads, "The labor of our heroes past shall never be in vain." True to these lines, a grateful nation acknowledges the contributions of heroes of independence by embarking on periodic ritual of immortalizing their names. While the heroes get due acknowledgement from time to time, the heroines are not left out, as national celebrations such as the Independence Anniversary provides platforms to examine the far-reaching impact of their own contributions.
History should be checked again, and most of these things that women actually did to bring this country to where it is today should be taught in schools. That let children know more about it. Let people that are growing up grow to love female heroes in our country.
I think women as a whole and in general need to be celebrated more. I strongly believe that, and even a good friend of mine, a close friend of mine, is Dr. Adebo. You know, we need more recognition for our women heroines in Nigeria, because there's a lot that women do, both in front and behind the scenes, and that recognition needs to be made.
I want to see a woman featured on one of our currency notes. That's the least we can do, not to mention naming up more airports, and they need to be celebrated. It's totally unacceptable that the women are still marginalized and maligned. It's absolutely unacceptable, but the women themselves need to demand for this.
Considering how much these heroes mobilizing the grassroots against the excesses of the then colonial government, how well is the current generation of women doing in this regard?
Women are human beings, and God has endowed them with so much talent, and so they need to be confident of themselves, just as the men, and develop those attributes that God has given to them.
Over the last 50 years, the population of women grew from 29 million to over 100 million. This implies that more female contributions are expected to meet the development needs. of the nation. In Lagos, Amaka O, NTA News.
That's it from the Center of Excellence nationwide. We'll return with Mohammed in Maiduguri after this break. But before then, do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates.
Honorable Minister of Information and Culture, Alhaji Lai Muhammad, welcomes President and Heads of Government, the UNESCO Director General, Ms. Audrey Azoula, and other UN officials, foreign ministers, ambassadors, international dignitaries, and members of the Federal Executive Council to the UNESCO Global Media and Information Literacy Week 2022 with the theme Nurturing Trust, a Media and Information Literacy Imperative. Date 24th to 31st October 2022. Opening session 24th October 2022 at the Banquet Hall, Presidential Villa, Abuja. Time 3 p.m. The other sessions of the Global Media and Information Literacy Week 2022 will take place at the Transco Hilton Hotel. Special guest of honor, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari GCFR, President, Federal Republic of Nigeria. Mrs. Lydia Shehu Jafia, MNI, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. Announcer.
Friday, November 11, 2022. History will be made in the maiden edition of the Nigerian Marketing Awards. Are you ready? It's happening live at the prestigious Eko Convention Center, Lagos, from 6 p.m. on. It's a night where excellence and hard work will be rewarded in grand style. Be a part of this amazing experience. Save the date. The Nigerian Marketing Awards is internationally accredited by the Independent Awards Standards Council.
Nigerians, elections are here again. Let us shun violence. Let us play the game according to the rules. Do not be a thug. Say no to violence. Let's rise and defeat violence, crime, and sabotage against the peace of our nation. Nigeria is the only country we have. We must do everything to keep it united. We must avoid any act that promotes hate and disintegration. Say no to separatist movement, terrorism, fake news, hate speech, religious bigotry, and any act that tends to divide us as a nation. Watch out for strange gatherings and suspicious movements. Restrict access to sensitive documents and data, the disclosure of which may damage national security. Educate your staff and family, particularly on measures to safeguard information and report security breaches. Apply relevant legal security guidelines to protect yourself and your neighbors. Due to misinformation and wrong choices, some idle persons resort to vices in their greed to get rich quick. They resort to kidnapping, killings for rituals, and other heinous crimes. Avoid wrong use of the social media. Before you broadcast that false message, think twice. Ask whether it will promote peace or violence. For safety at home, still be security conscious. Educate your household on safety tips. Report all suspicious movements and persons to the security agencies nearest to you. Be a good citizen. Be patriotic. To pass security information, please call 0813-222-2105, 0915-339-1309, 0908-837-3514, or send a mail to dsspr@dss.com.
Welcome to Maiduguri on Nationwide. Improving welfare of officers and men of the Nigerian Police Force will continue to receive topmost priority for personnel to discharge their duties diligently. Inspector General of Police Usman Alkali Baba disclosed this while inaugurating and inspecting some ongoing projects in Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, executed by the Nigerian Police Force. Evan Subuka reports.
Usman Al-Khalibaba.
The visit to Maiduguri, the Borno State capital, by the Inspector General of Police Usman Al-Khalibaba was in continuation of its inspection of projects across the country being executed by the Nigerian police. Police College Maiduguri, according to the IGP, was among the 4 premier colleges in the country, hence the construction and rehabilitation work to improve the working condition of staff and trainees, as well as assured allowances for teaching staff. Borno State Governor, represented by Commissioner for Intergovernmental Affairs, Pogulon, while commending efforts of the Nigerian police in reducing crime rate in the state, reiterated government's readiness to partner the police in ensuring a crime-free society. Inspecting parade by the over 10,000 recruits at the college, the IGP urged personnel deployed to Borno not to consider their posting as a punishment. While inaugurating the police veterinary hospital at Mounted Troops Headquarters, Usman Al-Khalibaba cautioned politicians to ensure all campaign rallies are made known to the police in order to control political processions.
There is still room for improvement, and we will continue to do more so that people of Borno will slow their to exit place and at the same time go about their lawful businesses.
The IGP also inspected guard of honor by the mounted troop and other completed projects within the edifice. In Maiduguri, Yagum Subukar, NTA News.
As the world marks this year's Eid al-Maulud, a grand festival was held to celebrate the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, at the Sheikh Sharif Ibrahim Saleh Al-Hussein Mosque in Maiduguri. The religious gathering was attended by Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, as well as prominent personalities from across the nation and neighboring countries in the Lake Chad Basin. Umaru Kirawa reports.
The Islamic month Rabiul Awal is one important, blessed and dear to the Muslim community across the globe, a period attested to the birth of the final messenger of Allah, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him. As usual, the celebration of the birth of the Prophet in Borno sees to the convergence of large number of people from across Nigeria and neighboring countries in the Lake Chad region, with rich and poor, king and pauper, among others in attendance to praise Allah and his goodwill messages, as well as reflect the virtues of Prophet Muhammad.
The Prophet Muhammad, Allah sent him to him as a mercy to the whole humankind.
We used to celebrate the birth of our Prophet Muhammad and Alhamdulillah, we are doing it successfully. He is the one who brought Islam to us.
Representative of the Mufti of Nigeria, Sheikh Sharif Ibrahim Saleh Al-Hussein, Imam Abba Saleh Sheikh Ibrahim Saleh said, the day is significant to all mankind as the Prophet was sent as a mercy to all. The honored Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum as Sheikh Zakir for his relentless efforts in the cause of humanity. The governor, Sheikh Zakir Professor Zulum, thanked the people for their resilience and enjoined them to intensify prayers for more peace in the land.
And we're not done with Eid al-Maulud reports. 12th of Rabiul Awal in the Islamic lunar calendar remains a global turning point, especially in the lives of Muslims, as it commemorates the birth of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, known as Eid al-Maulud. Abdullah Ajia reports that this day usually heralds different modes of worship activated by spiritual moments.
Quranic verses suffice to mention and explain the reference on Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. His birth, life and times, Islamic scholars and historians have described as a gift to mankind, with his prophetic message and teachings revolutionizing the world.
The birthday of Prophet Muhammad is very, very important for us to do it. Allah honor him. Allah respect him. A good Muslim supposed to love Prophet Muhammad. Even you are not a Muslim, because a wonderful human being like this, you're supposed to respect him, honor him.
The celebration of Eid al-Maulud annually in the Muslim world is very famous, a period adherents look forward to with different tones and modes of worship to commemorate. Hilkatu Zikrullah and Ahbab, like many other Islamic organizations, marks the day with convergence for worship led by the spiritual leader, Sheikh Abubakar Sadiq Shuaibu. This year's celebration was marked with vigil of praises, invocations, sermons, and salutations to the noble Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Messages of peace took the center stage.
To pray for Nigeria, I'll use this avenue to talk to people so that we can come together and unite together. And we need peace to reign in Nigeria. No, if there's no peace, there's no stability.
To unite not only Islam, anything that has to do with religion and people to understand what humanity is all about.
Worshippers who were visibly happy said the atmosphere provided them spiritual satisfaction.
Celebrating Maulud is like a life to me.
I feel happy anytime I participate in celebration of our most beloved.
Worshippers and indeed mankind are urged to emulate the virtues and sterling qualities of the seal of prophets, whose teachings scholars maintain are a shining example to the world. In Abuja, Abdullah Hajia, NTA News.
And for the first time after 3 years of the COVID-19 experience, the people of Gumel Emirate in Jigawa State held the annual Maulud festival, which, with special prayers observed for a peaceful 2023 elections. The event marked with fanfare had in attendance the state governor and guests across the country. Ibrahim Belagunda tells us more.
The annual festival dates back to centuries, being observed by the people of some emirates in Jigawa, Daura and the Republic of Niger to mark the birthday of Holy Prophet Muhammad, known as Maulud. Like every year, the celebration commenced with rally by Islamia schools in Gumel and neighboring local government areas, as well as special prayers for the nation. The Emir of Gumel, Ahmad Muhammad Thani, called on the people of the Emirate to ensure proper moral upbringing of their worth for them to be good members of the society.
We pray for peaceful elections and good leaders in the whole of the country.
We don't disagree in persons. That's all about it. And our followers and supporters should know that they too are brothers and sisters. And the election will be over, Nigeria will continue.
It was indeed a festival to behold, as indigenes of Gumel Emirate from across the globe used the period to conduct family meetings and fraternal visits. From Gumel, Ibrahim Bello, NTA News.
Away from the celebration, Cross River National Park, one of the highly endowed natural tourist spots in the country, is being threatened by illegal loggers who exploit the forest timber. Erica Ivy reports that one of the suspected illegal timber dealers, Ogunride Olainka, has been arrested by forest rangers.
The Cross River National Park, with an area of 4,000 square kilometers, comprises of Oban and Akwangu division, is currently threatened by illegal loggers who damages the endangered species and jeopardizes the forest reserve through illegal logging.
No, I don't cut. I buy from the people that cut. They say they are indigenous that I just come here to buy. I don't know.
The conservator of Park Cross River National Park, Akampa, CP Zana Lawan, expressed displeasure over the activities of illegal loggers destroying the ecosystem in the area.
He brought in a bulldozer to create road so that they can evacuate logs out of the park. And by so doing, they have destroyed the ecosystem, they killed so many microorganisms, and by extension, they have created temporary ecological breakdown.
In fulfillment of its mandates to protect the forest reserve, CP Lawan is calling on collective effort by host communities and government to restrain the activities of loggers, especially in the area of dishing out useful information to the officials of the Cross River National Park Service.
There is the need for all stakeholders to come together to see that we protect the resources of Cross River National Park.
The suspect, Ogunride Olainka, has been handed over to the Akampa division of the Nigerian police for further investigation. In Calabar, Erika Ivy, NTA News.
To promote effective participation in governance, President Muhammad Buhari has directed the commencement of registration and issuance of identity cards to senior citizens for social inclusion and geriatric services. This was disclosed by the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development at the 2022 National Day of Older Persons.
In 2019, statistics by the World Health Organization puts the number of people who are 60 years of age and above at 1 billion. This data indicates that the population of the elderly will increase to 1.4 billion by 2030 and 2.1 billion by 2050.
Each time you go to hospital, they tell you that the medicines that you require, that you need for your ailments are out of stock.
They should have home for the elderly because events are now changing.
Critical actors in the aging agenda at this forum are determined to make Bray beneficial.
From resilience to empowerment. That's a statement we are making. Because our resilience is not bouncing back. There was nothing to bounce back to. Now is empowerment of all the people that are older persons being empowered like other population group can, as others are bouncing back, now say we are more resilient. We too can withstand these things. Why? Because we have been mainstreamed into social safety nets.
Panelists hinged discussions on mainstreaming of integrated care, digital equity and effective inclusion, social interventions, as well as communal support systems.
The social investment program has 4 elements, all of them overlapping interests of the community. The first is actually the conditional cash transfer.
The ingenuity of the aging population was also on display at the event.
Now, can a mother sniff life out of her offspring? The story of a 37-year-old grandmother, Mrs. Chinelo Udugu, who sniffed life out of a 3-year-old granddaughter, Ifechukwu Udoju, in a community in Nibo, and disposed the corpse in Oka, is not fiction. Udo Okoronkwo Chukwu reports that the suspect has been apprehended by the National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons, NAPTIP.
The state commander, Mr. Judy Chukwu Ibadan, said the command had been earlier tipped off by teachers of the school, where the suspect, Mr. Chinelo Udog, had enrolled the victim, little Miss Ifechukwu Udog, about the fresh and constant bruises and other signs of abuse on the child's body.
We received a complaint that they found marks on her body, bruises on her body. So my officers went that day. It happened that the girl has come back. So we, together with the teachers, we asked them to be on the lookout whenever this woman will come again. In fact, we went to the neighborhood to see if we can get the woman. We searched around, but she didn't leave the address in the school.
On Wednesday, 5th October, the suspect was said to have gone to the school to retrieve the school fees paid for the victim. When the teachers questioned her on the whereabouts of the little girl, she told them that the girl had died. The school authority immediately alerted NAPTIP. Sadly, the suspect led the officials to the bush within the Hezekiah Dig at Oka, where the decomposing body of the victim was retrieved.
And she claimed that the victim died on Thursday, last week Thursday. True to her was the body has started decomposing. So I now alerted the Commissioner of Police that this is what I found out in my investigation of a crime of this nature. It has metamorphosed into a homicide case.
A telephone conversation, the Anambra State PPRO Tochukwu Ikenga speaks on the matter.
The lesson to draw from this incident is that we should be very, very conscious whenever we are angry. The woman in question is in our custody now, and the investigation is still ongoing for us to, at the end of the investigation, the matter will be charged to court.
The victim was born by the suspect's 18-year-old daughter, whose whereabouts is unknown. NTA News will update the public with further developments. In Oka, Udo Okoronkwo Chukwu, NTA News.
Of course, NTA will sure follow that story up. For more reports on nationwide, let's join Ogochukwuka in Benin. Hello, Ogochukwuka.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Happy holiday. And as the world marks Mental Health Day, experts are advocating a society and family where women will be given the place of pride in order to check their mental health. This was while examining women's mental health and risk factor. Toyin Batire reports from Akure.
The importance of women in the family and society at large cannot be overemphasized. Research shows that most women place priority on their husbands and children at the detriment of themselves and mental health. Mental disorders such as anxiety, depression, and bipolar are more common in women than men. Life events and hormonal changes can also affect women's mental health.
They allow chaos, they allow worries, they allow fears to dominate their mind. Inability to be able to cope somehow begins to affect her mentally, but she cannot talk.
Medical experts say social and economic factors put women at greater risk of mental health, hence they should be made happy in their families and society.
The husband must be friend. Husbands must be friends to wife, not an authority figure that is not willing to contribute in terms of supporting the wife in the running of the house.
Religion plays a very major role in ensuring proper treatment of psychiatric illness because it is religion that gives hope to people. And so, if you all these three, when they are interwoven, then you get good results with management of mental illness.
More respondents noted that women are channels to the socio-economic development of the society. Therefore, they should have high standard of living and maintain healthy mental health. In Nakure, Toyin Batire, NTA News.
Still on health, heads of medical institutions in Nigeria want the federal government to replace health workers who have left the country for greener pastures and improve the working condition in order to strengthen the healthcare sector in the country. They made a call during a meeting in Asaba. Tessie Coker has the details.
The exodus of Nigeria doctors abroad has continued to be a source of worry to healthcare delivery in the country, as they believe that quick intervention and immediate replacement will reduce the challenges faced by the health workers. They expressed concern over the myriad of challenges bedeviling the health sector.
We've been doing our best to provide quality healthcare to our citizens, and most of our colleagues here have tried in many ways to source for funding outside the typical capital funds. We've seen many interventions.
We believe the government is already on top of the matter, like brain drain. We are saying that the process of replacing those who have left should be seamless.
The medical doctors commended the federal government for putting in place high-standard facilities at the Federal Medical Center Asaba to tackle special medical referrals, and paid a courtesy visit to their colleague, Governor Kowa, and the Asagbar of Asaba, Professor Chike Edozie.
I hope that we're going to start as a nation to pay more attention to the health of our people, to our health institutions, and also to the workforce in our health institutions.
In Asaba, Tessie Coker, NTA News.
The next set of reports will be coming from Makudi, and Fatima is standing by, but this will be after the break.
Fascinated with the discourse on national monuments and assets and how much is being done to preserve and celebrate
the language issue. We have turned English to become like a pride value in our own cultural values.
What has transfer is not a COVID-19.
Invasion 1897 was a deliberate
many of these people coming to the urban areas now.
These applications, there are terms and conditions.
Of course, it is the union of two people, a man and a woman coming together.
My name is Namdi Odipo.
And I'm Elizabeth Omori.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you. In your living room, office, and everywhere, anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs, and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, Go TV channel 91, Freeview channel 264, or live streaming via www.visiontv.co.uk. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
What are we doing as a nation to first of all settle our teeming populace, especially
NTA's political package with a third eye on the nation's political scene? I'm Fisa Ogunku.
You have to be very careful giving space to people who are obviously sponsored to further the agenda of some other groups.
A lot of questions. A lot of questions in a closed door sessions. Some of these issues, some of the problems bedeviling in fact, between June 1st and July 17, 19.something billion has left the coffers of the NDDC.
I can say my constituency, they need everything because we don't have anything.
And a warm welcome to Makurdi. As Muslims in Makurdi, the Benue state capital, join their counterparts to celebrate Eid al-Maulud, which is the birth of Prophet Muhammad. Islamic clerics have called for peace and unity as the country enters another electionary period. Elias Itiab reports.
Muslims in their numbers came out in a procession around the streets of Makurdi, the Borno state capital, to commemorate the Eid al-Maulud, which is the birth of Prophet Muhammad. Some Islamic scholars and leaders urge Muslims to use this day to show love to one another as they harped on the need for peaceful coexistence among Nigerians, irrespective of religion or ethnicity.
There's a month of the Prophet Muhammad was born, and at the same time, if a Muslim call himself as a Muslim, must love the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So that's what we are celebrating.
Others called for prayers towards peaceful elections come 2023.
To render prayers for our countries and our state.
For some clerics, they have a role to play as they appeal to all Muslims to ensure that they collect the permanent voter cards to enable them participate in elections.
To bring our nation, that coming to the 3 election, God to give us the good leaders in our country.
We are of the prayers that the relative peace being enjoyed in the state be sustained even beyond the Eid al-Maulud celebrations. In Makurdi, Elias Itiab, NTA News.
On health matters, more than 2 million children in Benue State have benefited from the just concluded novel oral polio vaccination. Health educator of the State Primary Health Care Board, Emmanuel Baker, who disclosed this, ranked the figure as the highest since the commencement of the exercise aimed at ensuring 0 cases in Benue State. Sandra Akeme reports.
The vaccination exercise, which targeted children between the ages of 0 to 59 months, is aimed at boosting their immunity against circulating variant-derived poliovirus type 2 in the environment and make them resist any such infection. A visit to the state cold chain facility and other designated areas for the polio vaccination indicate that the exercise was an overwhelming success as the doses received were exhausted.
The quantity was just 2,273,000 doses for Borno State for the first round. We distributed these vaccines to all 23 local governments.
The vibes they gave us was 50 doses. The turnout was very okay.
Health educator, Borno State Primary Healthcare Board, Emmanuel Baker, said the coverage of the oral polio vaccination across the 277 wards of the state has recorded success, though there are challenges that need to be addressed in subsequent exercises.
As much as we are saying the entire population is free, the mutated variant is circulating and is causing infection. On the side of implementation, we expect to be funded adequately. We expect to have enough human resource to carry out the activity.
He, however, appreciated the federal and state governments for demonstrating commitment towards achieving 100% coverage in the outbreak response campaign. The exercise signals the commencement of several rounds of response activities against variant polio virus. In Makudi, Sandra Akeme, NTA News.
Away from health matters, Benue State Governor Samuel Otom has taken further steps to ensure that the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Dr. Yochia Ayu, resigns the position in order to retain his integrity and douse the tension in the party. The governor restated this when he presented the case to elder statesmen in Boko, the administrative headquarters of the Tea Nation, seeking their intervention in the matter. Charles Abba has details.
The Jengba Elders Forum is the administrative body of Boko, Taka and Buruku local government areas, where the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Dr. Yochia Ayu, hailed from. Governor Samuel Otom, who sought redress of alleged blackmail of his personality and betrayal of the Tiv people by Dr. Ayu, vowed never to surrender his people to insurrection on the platter of political or personal gains, added that he would not succumb to intimidation and blackmail regarding his senatorial ambition. He said the rift between him and the national chairman is informed by his insistence that the right thing be done, which he averred that Dr. Ayu has taken with a pinch of salt. The governor maintained that Dr. Ayu had publicly submitted that he would resign if a presidential candidate of the party emerged from the north, which he said has materialized, and therefore placed the onus on him to resign accordingly. Governor Tom indicated that Dr. Ayu played to the gallery against the governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, who was instrumental in his emergence as national chairman of PDP during the party's convention. In Chibland, if you offend someone, seek forgiveness and peace will come. Ayu is my kinsman. I advised him to apologize to those he has offended. He therefore appealed to Jengba elders to invite Ayu so that both of them would narrate their grievances to ensure that peace prevails in the party and in the Jengba extraction of the Tiv Nation. Chairman of the forum, Sam Sumba, agreed that Dr. Ayu would be summoned to a meeting of Minda and Jengba Elders Forum to ensure that both the governor and Ayu would put the record straight on the matter to give room for reconciliation. From Boko, Charles Abba, NTA News.
And that bit from Makudi Nationwide continues with Elizabeth in Abuja. Thank you so much, Fatima. Still in politics, the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, says a vote for the PDP will guarantee better security and socio-economic development of the country. He made the promise at the flag-off of the party's presidential campaign in Oyo, Akwa Ibom State. Chairman of the PDP Presidential Campaign Committee and Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Gumel Emirate, the Director General of the Campaign Council and Governor of Sokoto State, Aminu Waziri Tambwal, expressed confidence in the party's ability to rescue and rebuild Nigeria. The PDP presidential candidate, Atiku Abubakar, was also presented a flag signifying the kickoff of the party's presidential campaign.
We rescue Nigeria from hunger. We rescue Nigeria from poverty. We want also to bring back the unity that we require in this country. There's a great problem in the land, and we are looking for a rescuer. The campaign, we restore Nigeria, revitalize the veins of our growth and prosperity, given the thoughts of our unity that have been fractured, restore hope.
Meanwhile, the youth wing of the All Progressives Congress APC Niger State is mobilizing for the success of the party's presidential candidate Bola Ahmed Tinubu and that of the governorship Umar Bago. This was demonstrated at a sensitization rally held to inaugurate the state executive members of the APC governorship candidate campaign team in Mina. Fatima Usman reports.
The campaign team is part of efforts to mobilize votes for the APC candidates in the state and at national level to ensure victory of the party at the 2023 political outing. They urged members of the campaign team to go around the state propagating the party's message of transformation and continuity in governance. The party's loyalists pointed out that the current APC-led administration at both the state and national levels have recorded tremendous achievements in all sectors of the economy, hence the need to work for its continuity.
It's time for the youth to do the needful to make sure that we deliver Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Umar Mohammed Bago.
As a team, we will work tirelessly in every local government.
The newly inaugurated group tagged Bago Mini Gubernatorial Campaign Team had 13 administrative council with Umar Adamu Erena as Director General, while House leaders drawn from the 25 local government councils of the state are to serve as coordinators of their various local government areas. In Mina, Fatima Usman, NTA News.
Next is sports updates.
Ahead of the opening game against Germany on Tuesday at the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup in India, the Flamingos were on Monday officially welcomed by host and official to India for the competition. Nigeria will open its campaign against Germany before taking on New Zealand and Chile in their group stage. Still on football, West Bromwich Albion has parted company with manager Steve Bruce after 8 months in charge. The 61-year-old former Manchester United defender left following the Bogies' home draw with Luton Town on Saturday, a situation which leaves the club in the Championship relegation zone, their lowest league position in over 20 years. The club's under-21 coach Richard Bailey has now been named interim boss. And to cycling, 14 Nigerian female cyclists have departed Nigeria to join 4 other African countries of South Africa, Morocco, Egypt and Algeria in the 2022 World Track Cycling Championship scheduled to commence from 12 to 16 October in Paris. Speaking shortly before they departed, President of the Federation, Gende Meniko Matari, and some of the cyclists expressed readiness to do the country proud as they look to qualify for the next Olympics.
I'm going there to prepare for Olympics and to improve more in our timing to Paris, to do our best to make our Nigerian flag to just fly at the Paris.
It's a long journey, it's a lot of work that has to be done, but we are there, and this is a good for the federation, for the cyclists, and it's for Nigeria large because they know Nigeria will be seen in a different way.
And finally, after dethroning the former champion at UFC 278, Leo Edwards have revealed that a trilogy fight against Kamaru Usman will take place in March of next year. Edwards completed one of the greatest comebacks in MMA history by knocking out the former welterweight champion Kamaru Usman with less than a minute remaining in the fight. The defeat by Edwards was Kamaru's first knockout since beginning his MMA career in 2012. With Sports Update, Oche Mbidi, NTA News.
The Sports Update ends nationwide today. Thank you so much for watching. Do remember to always take action against rape and rapists. Enjoy the holiday.
NTA Tuesday Live, analytical, in-depth, educative and interactive on national issues accommodating all sides of opinion.
We as a people have understood that we have to fight corruption before it fights us back.
Poverty has a financial index, so it should be fought also with a financial weapon. Give it to the social investments program. It has been a very courageous battle.
Tuesday Live, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Join us.
The struggle for independence had been a long and tough one. Our founding fathers and compatriots sacrificed their comfort and even shed their blood. We cannot at this point in history afford to spirit away their sacrifices for immediate but temporary gains of today. Let us emphasize what unites and not what divides us. Working for the unity of purpose with a stronger vision for a better tomorrow. NTA, growing with the nation.
Together, no matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. Let's fighting each other, let us live as one. It doesn't matter where you come from, don't fight for religion, man, woman or child. It doesn't matter who you are, you're Nigerian first. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's live together. How can we develop when we're always in crisis? Families have become refugees in their country. No matter our differences, show some understanding. No matter where you come from, no matter your religion, we are one. Let's be together.
Although social media as a channel of communication is inherently harmless, it becomes harmful and damaging when used without discretion and thoughtfulness. Bad social media users spread rumors and fake news without verification. But good social media users stop, reflect, and verify information before sharing it. Be a good social media user. Stop the spread of fake news. Verify the authenticity of your source and use social media responsibly for a better Nigeria. This message is brought to you by the Nigerian Television Authority, NTA, in collaboration with the National Orientation Agency.
This is the network service of the NTA.
Join us, let us sing this song. And it's fun, here we come. Won't you like to join the fun box? It's time for the fun box. Wherever you are, whatever you do, make sure you're around. There's plenty of play to be done. Come and join the fun box. Let's all sing this song. And it's fun, here we come. Won't you like to join the fun box? Every ride in the fun box, wait to be unseen. Very hands with me when the fun box is around. There's plenty of action and fun. Come and join the fun box. Let's all sing this song. And it's fun, here we come. Won't you like to join the fun box? You love me, we are happy family. Wake up, let me come and happy for me to you. Won't you say you love me too? I love you. Hello, welcome to Fun Bus. Keep watching and don't touch that down.
That is how we roll on Fun Bus. No dull moments. Hello and welcome to another half hour of education and lots of entertainment. I am your friend Irene Akman. Excelling in our academics as children is very important to us. As we move higher in our classes, we also want mom and dad to be proud of us in this regard. So today, we will look at what we must do to excel in our academics. Let's quickly point out some. 1. Read, 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 read. 2. Attend classes regularly. 3. Pay attention in class. 4. Do and complete your assignments on time. Let me stop here. Our friends are standing by to tell you more. That's not all. We will also play games, sing songs, enjoy some beautiful talents, and of course, we will have more fun learning how to spell some new words. I can't wait. Let the fun begin with our friends at the Kids Say segment. Hello friends!
Hello Irene.
I have some interesting questions for you. What does excel mean to you?
Well, excelling in my academics means a lot to me because I've worked very hard to go into the higher level of education. It hasn't been easy because you have to do some things more often than before, like reading books. Let's say we have 10 hours a day and I have 6 hours a day to read books and 4 hours a day to take care of myself and do my homework and my house chores. But now, because of the higher class I am, I have 8 hours a day to read books and 2 hours a day to do other things. And I hope I'll be able to achieve greater heights by going into the next level of education. And I always keep myself motivated by having a positive mind.
How do you intend to excel in your new class?
One of the things I noticed last term was the level of pupils I'm up against. So the strategy to get the best for myself is, firstly, create a suitable timetable at home. Secondly, create a timetable of educative programs on TV, like Fun Bus on NTA. Thirdly, make better use of internet at home for more research. With this, I believe I will be up for the competition as we approach midterm. Thank you.
Can you please share an experience of how hard work helped you to excel in your previous class?
I can actually remember an incident which occurred to me in one of my former classes. It was then in that class that I was known as a playful person, an unserious person who doesn't do their works at all and is always fond of being distracted when teacher is teaching, which gives me low mark and makes me get a very low position at the end of the term. Then, one day my mother became suspicious about me and she became concerned about my behavior and told me one day that you cannot be successful in future if you continue like this. Then I actually didn't obey her. I still continued my wayward life. Then one day she called me to her room and told me that I should take this particular book called Think Big and use it and read it and understand what is going on in that book. So when I started reading the book, I noticed that my own situation and my attitude was related to the person in the book. His name was Ben Carson, who is now known as one of the greatest neurosurgeons in the world today. Because he was actually known as a playful person, but he worked hard through the efficiency and the influence of his mother. Then since then on, changed my life. I began to read my books, pay attention to the teacher when he's teaching, and avoid things that distract me and games. Then, up till now to today, I'm one of the best students in my school.
Interesting! Thank you, friends. Hope you understand all that. All you need to do is throw in some hard work and excel all the way. Time to enjoy an orchestral piece.
Enjoy the past, let us take this song. Let it start, here we come, won't you like to join us?
much talent in there? Have you discovered your talents? I will return for the answer. Let's quickly have a chat with a member of the orchestra group.
Let's sing this song. And it's fun. Here we come. Would you like to join us?
I was part of the orchestra group and I was one of the singers. I started to sing at about the age of 5. Well, when I was little, I used to hear music from the radio, the television, and I will ask one of my aunties to teach me the song that is playing. So whenever she's free, she teaches me songs. So whenever I hear that particular song, I will be able to sing it with ease. Well, some of the challenges I faced was when I was not able to learn the song. I kept going over it over and over and over again. But after some time, I was able to get the song. Well, my advice is that they should practice the song. They should get a hymn book and practice songs day by day. So when their voices are fully matured, they will be able to sing songs even better than I can. Well, I could use singing as an occupation. So in 5 years time, maybe I'll be able to get some money and help my parents with the money I've gotten. My inspiration was gotten from one of my cartoon characters, Sophia the First. She always used music to express her emotions. So now, whenever I'm in a bad mood, I use music to get out of that mood. Whenever I'm happy, I use music to express my joy. And whenever I'm bored, I use music to entertain myself. So that's where my inspiration was gotten from. Every day, all I wanna have is fun, fun, fun. Every day, all I wanna have is fun, fun, fun. Whenever I grow, I'm happy I grow. I am happy I grow. So I'll make this moment last. My aunt, she always, cause her voice is so lovely, she always sings. Whenever she's doing house chores, whenever she's ironing, she's singing. So one day I would like to be like her and sing too.
Thank you, dear friend. Let us endeavor to discover and nurture our talents early. Away from that, let's find out how well we can spell some words correctly.
Privilege. P-R-I-V-I-L-E-G-E. Privilege. P-R-I-V-L-E-G-E. Privilege. P-R-I-V-I-L-A-G-E. Privilege. P-R-I-V-I-L-A-G-E. Privilege. Privilege. P-R-I-V-E-L-E-G-E. Privilege. P-R-I-V-I-L-E. Privilege.
Make the dictionary your friend today. Oh, well, it is time to play games. Yeah! I can't wait. Let the fun begin.
Let's sing this song. And it's fun. Here we come. Would you like to join us?
Hello friends and viewers at home. Welcome to the game segment of Fun Boss. Our game for today is tagged Fast Break. The total game takes 4 minutes to complete all tasks. The rule of the game is the person who completes all tasks in the shortest time wins the game. The contestant starts the game by picking the hoop, going back to the starting point, and then throwing the hoops into the rod. When you've completed all your hoops in the rod, you move to the second task. Take your cup and fill up the bottle with water. Once that task is also completed, you move to the third task, where you are to inflate the balloon. After inflating the balloon, you are to tie it, fit on the balloon until it pops. At the completion of the third task, you are to run straight to the fourth task where you have the cups and one with separate color. You transfer the cup from top to bottom until you get to the cup with a different color. Once you've completed the fourth task, quickly run down to the fifth task where you have your bowling ball and the bowling pin. Pick up the bowling ball, knock down all the pins. If you have any pins are standing, you keep on trying until all pins have been knocked down. If you do not complete this at the end of the time, it's game over. But if you do, congratulations, you have completed the game successfully. the end of the task, Adetiba Jesutofumi completed his task in 2 minutes 53 seconds. The second contestant, Chigo Naka, completed the task in 2 minutes 47 seconds. The third contestant, Omotola Iteoluwa, completed the task in 3 minutes 2 seconds. And our fourth contestant, Ajayi Mary, completed the task in 3 minutes 4 seconds. And remember, our rule states the person with the quickest time wins the game. Give it up for Chigo Naka.
Wow! We can play games all day, every day. What is next on the lineup? Let's find out together.
Come on, it's your program, Fumbus, from NTA ETV.
Welcome, this is Fumbus. Keep watching Fumbus.
The much awaited segment is about to begin. Star of the Week! Don't forget, there are criteria to becoming our Star of the Week. 1. Most productive. 2. Most ready to learn. 3. Most hardworking. 4. Most cheerful. 5. Most polite. And 6. Most enduring. So come on, let's go get the Star of the Week on Fumbus.
Champion, stand up, stand up, for the champions, for the champions, stand up, for the champions, for the champions, stand up, for the champions, for the champions, stand up, stand up.
If you want to be the Star of the Week on Fumbus, then join us next week. You will agree with me that we all had fun on the program today. If you want to excel in your academics, then you must work hard. See you at the top, friends. My name is Irene Akpan. Remember, don't go visiting anyone without the permission of mom and dad. I love you all. See you next week. Bye.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Joy of us, let us sing this song. Let it fun, here we come. Won't you like to join the fun box? It's time for the ride in the fun box. Wherever you are, whatever you do, make sure you are around. There's plenty of plenty to be done. Joy from us, let's all sing this song. Let it fun, here we come. Won't you like to join the fun box?
Live on your TV, computer, iPad, tablet and phone. Log on to visiontv.co.uk and click on Entertainment, then NTA. You can also download the iOS or Android app on your mobile devices to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International. Your window through the world.
From dusk to dawn, 24 hours a day, NTA International is with you in your living room, office, everywhere and anywhere. We provide the company you desire in terms of balanced and up-to-date news, programs and the best of entertainment. Tune in to DSTV channel 251, GoTV channel 91, Preview UK channel 264, or you can download www.visiontv.co.uk. App for iOS or Android. You can also see us on Facebook and YouTube for quality content on the go. NTA International, Africa's window to the world.
NTA Tuesday Live, analytical, in-depth, educative and interactive on national issues, accommodating all sides of opinions.
We as a people have understood that we have to fight corruption before it fights us back.
Poverty has a financial index, so it should be fought also with a financial weapon. Give it to the social investments program. It has been a very courageous battle.
Tuesday Live, every Tuesday at 10:30 p.m. Join us.
NTA, you can't ignore it.
This is the network service of the NTA.
It is the task of NDLEA to stop all this unacceptable nonsense of drug abuse, drug trafficking, Nigerians. Nigeria is the only country we have cannot fold our arms. We can, will, and must eliminate drug scourge.
The assets of any organization are quite central to the operational success of the organization. Thus, the way such assets are deployed and maintained are quite germane, particularly for a key establishment like the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. This much underscores the vintage position of the Directorate of the Technical Service in the scheme of things in the nation's foremost anti-drug agency. This is NDLEA Today, the program that brings you latest happenings in the NDLEA. You are very much welcome. Our focus